Exciting news this week. I'm about to buy a new mountain bike. For those of you been following this channel for a little bit, you'll know that I've qualified for cross duathlon in both the Worlds and the European Championships in my age group. And so, with that in mind, I decided that it was time that I bought a new bike. And having come into this quite green, really, I don't really know much about mountain biking at all. I'm more of a road bike geek myself. So I did not know anything about mountain bikes and what the specs were and what the best bikes were at all. So I've had to really do my research, and that took place online pretty much. Forums, on Facebook, asking the questions of age groupers who've raced cross duathlon previously, what their thoughts are. Looking at lots of YouTube videos, doing comparisons of various mountain bike brands, and it was quite obvious to me that the top brand and the top bike for what I need to use it for, which was another thing I had to figure out and work out, because there's lots of different mountain bikes for various different things, such as cross country versus downhill, and you have to get your head all around this to try and get the right bike. So yeah, there was a lot of background research gone into it, and it led me down to finally wanting a specialised epic, because they're good for cross country, which I think primarily is what I'll be doing. There will be some climbing and there will be some descending, and the bike will need to be quite light. And I think this S-Works Epic that I'm looking at ticks all those boxes. The other thing that I looked at was price, obviously. Now, none of these bikes are cheap, as you can see from the screen. But they had some great savings on them. But I wasn't sure which one to go for, because the S-Works Epic and the S-Works Epic Evo that you can see on the screen there were both 2023 models, and they just bought out the new Epic 8 in 2025. Well, actually, it was last year, 2024. But obviously, these two bikes here were really well reduced because of this, and the new bike was well out of my league in price. So the S-Works Epic 8 was never an option because it was just too much money. But I wanted to see what the Epic standard specialised was like versus these two S-Works. So I come to this comparison site, which is called 99 Spokes, and all you do is you put your bike in here, the comparison bar, and it brings the bikes up, and then you can look down and it'll give you everything that you need to find out. So category, weight, spec level, type of frame, the forks, shocks, wheels, wheel size, everything, brakes, group set, drivetrain, you name it, it's got it there. And then I just looked at what each bike had, basically. And if I'm being honest, it came down to what was the cheapest. And the cheapest was the S-Works Epic. He says cheap, it's all relative, £6,250. It's 10.2 kilograms in weight, so again, it's light. All electronic, one by. It's got the Eagle AXS, XO1 Eagle XS on it. Hydraulic disc brakes, carbon wheels, RockShox shocks, and a RockShox Ultimate Form SID fork, front fork. It's got a power meter on it and full suspension. Now the travel's not as good as the other two, as you can see, but you know, you've got to look at the overall picture. It's not going to be the perfect bike. Some bikes are going to be better than others in certain areas. So you've got to look at that. And then it also tells you on this site about ride feel and gear range, spec level, and as you can see from the dots there, the specs are pretty much the same. The Epic World Cup Pro 2025 is less specced up than the S-Works, as you would expect, even though it's a newer model, and that's probably down to the carbon frame and the running gear that's on it. Tells you all the geometry on it as well, and then it really goes into detail on the specs, so it gives you a real in-depth insight into each of the bike specs. So I've decided that after doing all the research and looking at the bikes, I'm going to go with the S-Works Epic. Now, I really don't know what type of courses that I'm going to be racing on, to be fair. I have had a look at the World Championship course videos on YouTube. It's over in Pontevedra, Spain, and it's similar. It looks similar to the course that I rode over at Cannock Chase back in July on my old Boardman Pro, and it was quite technical. It was that one especially was 12 kilometers climbing, and then quite a fast descent, and I'm pretty sure that this bike, the S-Works Epic, will handle that quite well. So that's my decision. I'm going to go with the S-Works Epic. Let me know your thoughts. What's your favourite brand? What's your favourite bike? Have I picked the right bike for the duathlon cross that I'm going to be doing? Let me know. If you're more versed and you've got more knowledge than I have, which to be honest won't be hard, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget, as always, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do and like, and tell your friends about it. Please also give our podcast a listen, because that's what the site's really about. It's what the channel's about, rather. It's about a platform for the it's a platform for the podcast that we do, featuring the age group athletes that are on there. So yeah, give them a listen if you haven't already. Really fantastic stories on there, very inspiring, and some of the guys that are on there have inspired me to go into this side of age group racing. Give it a go. So that's my bike choice. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, stay safe, keep training, and love the process.